Good evening, everyone. Councillor Gordyke and I have organised the Wilmot Terry Fox Run since 2013. Cheryl was born in Canada, but to me, as a newcomer, being part of the Terry Fox Run is something that connects me more deeply to my adoptive home. This evening, I'd like to share with you a celebration that we've put together for this year. On July 20th, 1980, the Marathon of Hope arrived in Wilmot. Terry Fox ran through New Hamburg, Baden and Petersburg, and he took a rest break in New Dundee. This year, on July 20th, we're hosting the inaugural Terry Fox Day in Wilmot to celebrate the date 42 years ago when a national hero made this community a part of one of Canada's greatest historic events. No individual had ever attempted a feat on the scale of Terry's dream, and even now, no other Canadian unites us with a sense of common purpose like Terry Fox. We feel compelled to acknowledge that, with a special day in his honour that will keep him at the forefront of people's minds by celebrating the day when he came right here to our community. There will be several events this week, starting today, July 18th, with an exhibition at New Hamburg Library, highlighting Wilmot's connection to Terry. The exhibition runs to Friday, July 22nd. On Wednesday, July 20th, Phillipsburg teacher Erin Cochimilio will be at the library for an in-person reading of Terry Fox and Me. The book, for ages 4 to 8 years, tells the uplifting story of Terry and his best friend, Doug Allwood, who drove the iconic camper van that accompanied the run. It was written by Mary Beth Leatherdale and illustrated by Milan Pavlovich. A virtual reading by Erin will be streamed on Facebook at 6 p.m. Recently, the author, Mary Beth, endorsed the video presentation when she tweeted, "I got a sneak peek at Erin's reading of Terry Fox and Me, and it is beautiful. Terry and Doug's friendship always makes me smile and moves me." We're indebted to Assistant Library Supervisor Carolyn Weber for her enthusiasm and imagination while preparing the events that are taking place at New Hamburg Library, and to Evelyn Gasho, who helped us set up the displays. Terry once said, "I just wish people would realize that anything's possible if you try. Dreams are made possible if you try." We've made a short documentary called Dream Together, which will be presented on the Wilmot Terry Fox Run's Facebook page on July 20th at 7 p.m. Local residents were interviewed to share their memories of the Marathon of Hope as it passed through the township. More than 4 decades later, you can see that people still become emotional when they recall what they witnessed. I'm so grateful to the current owners of the house on Castleholme Crescent in New Dundee, where Terry and his support team ate breakfast and rested. When we were shooting the documentary, I got to walk down the same staircase that Terry did. I know this is just a staircase, which means it's not much to look at, but it's the closest I'll ever get to walking the footsteps of a legend, so it gives me goosebumps. Twice the Deal Pizza will host its annual Terry Fox fundraiser from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. on July 20th. Proceeds from sales of Canadian pizzas to one of the greatest Canadian will be donated for cancer research. And at dusk, the Imperial Building on Huron Street in New Hamburg will be lit blue as a tribute. Full details about Terry Fox Day in Wilmot are available on our Facebook page. Once again, thank you to the Township of Wilmot for your tremendous support. This is the 10th fundraising campaign for Cheryl and me, and the Township has been a fantastic partner throughout that time. We know that every member of council has personally contributed to the cause, and so have many members of staff. Plus, of course, the Township presents us with a community grant that makes it possible for us to put together events like Terry Fox Day. Thank you all for your support. I'd like to end this evening with an excerpt from our documentary. This is part of our interview with David Vollmer in Petersburg, as he remembers seeing Terry in July 1980. The map you'll see at the beginning of the clip shows the roads as they were back then, and that map was produced 42 years ago by Ritz Printing.
I was 13 years old, so I'm trying to think back. I was standing actually right on the corner right there, almost where the light post is, looking this way, and I was with my sister, my parents, friends, and half the town of Petersburg was out at that time. I'm going to say there was probably 40, 50 people at the corner, both sides. Back then we called this Regional Road 12. It wasn't, we didn't have a name like that today. So we were actually watching, the cop, there was a police escort that you could see the flashing lights, and you could see him running, and he was coming towards us, and I was actually standing on the curb, and there was somebody blocking my view, so I actually stepped onto the road, and as he came towards me, he got to about 6 feet away from me, and he actually said, "Kid, you gotta move." He couldn't go around me, so I quick hopped back up on the curb, and I was kind of starstruck because you know, we had heard about him, and I've never seen anybody like that before, running, you know, with one leg. So it was kind of intriguing, but he was sweating and he was working. I just wish today, you know, back then I knew what I was witnessing.
Thank you, Nigel. Very good. So we look forward to seeing everybody on the 20th for sure. That's great. So, and there are no comments, questions from council. So that's correct, Councillor Fanning. Good for you guys. Good
Thank
work.
you very much. Thank you.